Hi there, how's everyone doing? I guess I won't know because nobody tells me. Hint, hint, hint. What are the comments for? You're supposed to fill it in and say some. How are you doing? Let me know. It's okay. You're not mandated to comment, but you know what? You hurt my feelings when you don't. Just kidding. Anyhow, I was going to share an experience with you. I was just talking to my son about it the other day. Totally forgot about it until, I don't know, I was watching some video and it reminded me about it. So, when I was first married, well, I got married, I wasn't married yet. Okay, where do we go? A guy I was dating, the first guy, the older guy, he was going to move out to, out 5 days away. He had to drive. So I was in love with him. You know how us stupid girls are. I'm not calling you guys stupid. I'm saying when I'm in love, I'm deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid. Who's ever been around forever must know I say it all the time. So I was going to go with him. You know, I was going to graduate high school. I was in my senior year. And mind you, I was accepted in a very elite college here because of my grades. And it's very hard to get in, but I was accepted. I had a job waiting for me at Kodak. We're the home of Kodak. Well, now there's nothing left of Kodak, but back then I'd be a millionaire by now because I know how to invest money and make money and get overtime and everything. And I was a model. But what did I do? Run after a guy. So the younger girls who watch my channel, 18 to whatever, or all the way to 65 plus, don't ever give up getting into an elite school, having a great job with Benny's and, oh my gosh, or, you know, a great job as a model, which I was already doing. I loved it. Never choose a man first. I know you may have a good man you've been with for 50 plus years, but you know, they're rare and few, and that age group is pretty much gone off the earth, you know what I mean? And the new crop, or the crop is still around, whatever, never mind. Alright, so anyhow, so I was going to go. Well, we were going to go. Well, I don't know how he was going to go, but he had a junker, and I had a new car. Well, I got it when I was 16, so it's like, you know, but he bought it like, I don't know what year, but anyhow, it was like under 2 years old, the car. So, obviously we're going to use my car because how was he going to get there? He must have fooled me from day one. No, he didn't. That was a good husband. Excellent, wonderful worker, took care of us, gave all the money he made to me. He didn't know how to budget. A wonderful man. Too bad he died. But anyhow, so we moved there, and when we first got there, he was just, you know, until you find a job. I mean, we moved all, literally cross country. I'm in New York. We went all across country. Took 5 days to drive there. Oh my God, it was horrifying. We took turns driving. And no, I don't like to drive like on expressways or highways, freeways, whatever you call it. But then I didn't mind. So anyhow, we got there, and I'll tell you there's a big long story to this, but you'll fall asleep if you gotta listen to the whole story in one time. I'll do it for another time. But anyhow, so we got there and we got an apartment. I can't remember, was the first one? No, they both were studio apartments. Back then it wasn't that bad for rent, but it was bad because we lived in we lived in Arizona. We went to Arizona. So that's where we went, and he was going there because I was going to go live with my girlfriend, my childhood girlfriend. He was going to go live with his brother, and that will be for another time what happened to that. So anyhow, he was, you know, trying to get jobs and all. And actually, at the first apartment we were living at, no, it was the second apartment. I don't know, let me think on it. Which is the first one? Second one, I don't remember. Well, at one of the apartments, we'll leave that for another time because I don't remember. Anyhow, so he wasn't, you know, making all that much money, and then we got married when we were down there, and then I got pregnant and all that. So anyhow, I thought I should get a job too because I had money at home, you know, in a bank, but I didn't want to use that money. I wanted, you know, I needed to have money in the bank to feel security. So I thought, no, I can work. But I was going to school to be a dental assistant. So I would drop him off in the morning. I went from Mesa, Arizona down to, I don't know where we went, Chandler, Queens Creek, somewhere real far. Then come back through, then pass by Mesa, and then go into Phoenix. And then come back, then, I would stop home, have some tea, maybe take a dip in the pool. We were in an apartment complex, and then go all the way back because they were done working around 1 because it's so hot. I'll tell you more stories of that. It's funny. His boss was really funny. So anyhow, we had a pizza parlor down at the corner. We had ate there once. And so I thought, I'll just be a waitress. Now, I don't even know how to start this. I mean not to, not to insult anyone, okay? Because through the years I heard from mostly adults, they say, oh, waitress job, that's just nothing. That's stupid. They're dumb. They don't know how to do anything. Blah, 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 blah. And, it just went in one ear out the other. I mean, I didn't know any waitresses. I didn't know anything about waitressing, nothing. But I thought, that's all I heard. And I thought, okay, anyone can do it. You can be dumb and do it or whatever. It's like an easy job. So, let me preface it with, God bless all you waitresses, because it is not an easy job. Okay, so the story I'm telling is just a story I'm telling. I don't mean to insult any waitress, because I would never be a waitress. It is so hard, but anyhow, this is my funny story. So I go in, and they had to do an interview, and I'm thinking of all the years I heard, oh, it's just for dumb people. Why would you need to be interviewed to be a dumb waitress? You're not dumb if you're a waitress, okay? I'm not going to keep apologizing, but, I don't want to insult anyone. So anyhow, I went in, filled out the application. Oh, and you know what? I think I had not gotten my Arizona license yet. So that was going to be a problem. And I'm thinking, oh, what's this job for? Anybody can do it as just a dumb waitress, and now it's a big deal about license. But at that time, you didn't have to have car insurance on your car. So if you had an accident with someone, guess what? You're SOL. But they had to have an Arizona license. So then this other guy comes, and I noticed him looking at me. He was checking me out. Of course, I had a husband, by the way. But I noticed him checking me out, and he said, it's okay. You're hired. He says, well, I got to do the interview first. Okay. So, I don't know. They asked me some dumb, stupid questions, which led me back to, oh, yeah, this is the dumb waitress, and they asked you dumb questions. I don't know. I cannot think of the questions, but one I remember clearly. And my son and I were watching a YouTube, I don't know, something, and then I told him, I says, oh my gosh, I got to tell you this story. So anyhow, he asked me, not too many questions, but the first question he asked me, he says, do you know how to do you know how to pour beer? And I look at him like, I didn't say it, but I'm looking at him, are you stupid? Do I know how to pour something in a glass? What? I just couldn't believe he would ask me such an idiotic, dumb question. I'm like, of course I know how. I can't. I still can't get over that question and where I was in my life and what I knew and didn't know, okay? Again, I didn't say to him, like, you're dumb, are you dumb? Or I'm just thinking in my head, what are you, stupid? You're asking if someone knows how to pour a liquid in a cup. Come on, get out of here. Okay, so anyhow, now the kudos part to waitresses. So I'll tell you a little about it. So me being the new person lowest on the totem pole, I don't even think there's a totem pole there. But anyhow, I had to, do this, oops, almost swore, the crap jobs. So there was opening or closing or in between. So a new person got opening or closing. Now, I'm not a morning person, plus I was going to school. I did tell them I'm going to school, so I could only work, later hours. And it would be, after I got my husband back, because we only had my car. So they said, fine, you can close. Okay, mind you, I didn't know closing dealt with so much that you're there till after midnight, and I have to get up at 3 in the morning. But anyhow, I'm a trooper. So we I went in and I worked with a girl. She showed me at the beginning. So we had to break down the salad thing, you know, like when you go to a salad bar and you have your lettuce and all the things you put in a salad and all the dressings. Well, this is so gross. I don't even believe I did it. Anyhow, so she's showing me, and so she puts in, they had a little cup where you could put your dressing on the side, and so she put some in, and she took some pieces of lettuce and was eating it. I'm like, what are you doing? She says, nobody knows, they don't care. And there came all the dumb waitress thing, because I'm thinking, I don't think you're supposed to be doing this. I was very young. Yeah, okay, I was young. But anyhow, so she says, go ahead, have some. I says, well, you know, I was always wondering what blue cheese dressing tastes like. But I thought, you know, I was just going to put a little in a cup and just, you know, they had like a, I don't know, like almost a tongue depressor thing. I wasn't going to touch the lettuce or anything, you know. I mean, she didn't touch it, she used the tongs. But anyhow, so I took this, no, they had these little spoons. That's right, they're spoons. So I put the blue cheese dressing in a little cup, and I go in and take a spoonful. Oh my God, it tasted like throw up. Gross. There was nowhere to spit it out. And at the time when I went to get the job, I was pregnant already at this point. I got married, I was pregnant. I'm like, oh my God, this is gross. And I'm looking for this, there's no trash can, there's no nothing. The bathroom was too far. I thought, I'm going to puke. It tasted like puke. It was horrifying. And I found a garbage, thank God. So, lesson learned. Don't try the food that you probably shouldn't be trying. So anyhow, that was their closing night. Next day I was working again. So I was working and I had to order, I think they ordered appetizers. They had like appetizers like wings and stuff, and then pizza. I think that's all they had. So they ordered, there were 4 guys, they ordered four pitchers, no, 4, what are they called, mugs of beer. I don't know, it's a mug, it looks like a mug, I don't know what they call it. So I'm going over, like, you know, the sweet, innocent young girl that I am, and remembering that stupid question, do you know how to pour beer in a glass? Oh my God, I just wanted to thought, if he's here, I'm going to go show him. Look, I poured beer in a glass. You happy? Do I get a medal? I'm thinking this, okay? Just thinking it. Not meanly, just kind of jokingly, you know, off the cuff, like, I'll show him. Okay, so I go over with my 4 beer steins. They weren't really steins. Steins are like from Germany and beautiful. They're 4 mugs. I don't know if they call them beer mugs, but that's what you're supposed to put in. Or a pitcher. They didn't want a pitcher. I don't know why, because I think if you bought 1 pitcher, you got another one free, but whatever. They're the customer. So I put the glass up to, it's just like a soda fountain thing, you know, you put up your glass and it presses that thing. So no, it wasn't, that's right. You put the glass under the little spout and you pull the thing forward. Okay, so I go to do it and I pull it forward, and I just kind of, just looking around, kind of just pouring it. And all of a sudden I look and I thought, well, I guess waitresses are stupid, because I had a whole glass of foam. I'm like, what is this? What? Something's wrong with the machine. It's just pouring out foam. So I dumped it out, and I rinsed it under the soda fountain. They had a water spout one, you know, so I rinsed it out. And I went to do it again. I went to do on the, they had different spouts for different beers, but one beer had 2 spouts. I don't know why. It must have been very, you know, more wanted, likable. I don't know. Don't remember. But anyhow, so I tried the other spout of the same beer, and I'm pouring it, and I'm like, what the heck? The foam. Just the whole machine has to be broken at this point, right? And I thought, no, I'm smart, and I was smart. You know, like I told you, I got accepted at like an Ivy League college here, and I had a great job at Kodak waiting for me and all. You know, I'm not stupid. So I thought it's got to be the glass. You should see how I would never ever drink from a. I wouldn't eat. Later when we used to go eat sometimes out, I would take my own silverware. Do you know how they wash cups at restaurants? I don't know if it is now, but they just put it over like a baby bottle brush, turn it, and that's it. So I thought maybe they didn't wash it good. So I took the other mug. I put it under there, and again, it's full of foam. I'm like, what the heck? And I thought, sometimes how soda machines break down. I thought, maybe I should tell someone. But then I thought, no. This will probably be the guy that interviewed me, and he'll think of me as a stupid waitress. So I'm thinking, no, it's going to work. Again, it happened. So I thought, well, I'm going to rewash these 2 mugs because something's wrong. At this point, people are, where's my beer? Where's our beer? We want our beer. Okay, it's coming. Hold on, Busters, hold on. And they all had cowboy hats on. And he had cowboy boots, too. Anyhow, so I washed out them the right way, with a rag. I can only imagine what to use a rag for, but it's got to be better than the way they wash it. Dried them out, everything. Went back to pour the beer, I hope. Didn't work. So all this time, I could feel, how you have peripheral vision? So I could see out of the corner of my eye, one of the guys that was working there was looking at me. Now, I don't know if he was laughing at me, checking me out, I don't know. But anyhow, he comes over and he whispers in my ear. He says, sweetie, but in a nice tone, he says, you don't know how to pour beer, do you? I says, well, of course I do. He says, you don't. And then he showed me. You have to tip the cup. So for any of you getting a job where you have to pour beer, but you probably know this. I didn't. I lived a very innocent, naive life. You have to tip the mug and pour it and keep it at a tipping angle, and as it gets filled up, slowly go, and then you get, and I might be saying the wrong word, then you only get a head of foam, but maybe the head is when you fill the cup. I'm not sure, but I thought, you know what? At that moment, and again, no insult to any waitress, I thought, maybe waitresses are stupid. Because I felt like a stupid waitress, let me tell you. So, now I understood why he asked, do I know how to pour a glass of beer? Apparently not. But did I learn? Yeah, and I'm thinking, gosh, first day I'm there, I taste some vomit-tasting salad dressing. Second day, I got glasses full of foam and no beer. I still can't get over the beer thing. And then the third day was there on my shift. I thought, okay, I'm not going to try no salad dressing. I'm an expert at pouring beer. I must admit, I think I was really good at pouring beer once I was told how to do it. And I was bringing out a huge extra large pizza. And then you got to carry it, how you carry it, like, over your arm, out, flat, bent wrong, so your wrist hurts and you're carrying the pizza, rather than just hold it with 2 hands like a normal person would. So I'm bringing out that, and I'm bringing out another tray. Well, the pizza must have been on a tray, it was hot. So pizza on a tray, it's on a thing, and then on a tray, and drinks were on the tray, and they ordered a pitcher of beer. I poured it so beautifully, and a couple of people had some sodas. So I go out there, I kid you not, running across the floor was not a mouse, a rat, or a huge mouse. It had to be a rat. I screamed, dropped the huge pizza, the pitcher of beer, and all the drinks. Of course, the drinks landed on the customer. I jumped up on there was a seat left in the booth where I was learning to. I jumped up and I was screaming. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I'm like, I couldn't even get the words out. And so they were like college guys, because it's across the street from ASU, Arizona State University. And so they're all laughing. The guy's covered in beer and soda, and he's laughing. And I'm like, I'm crying at this point, because there's no way I'm going to get off this bench, the seat of the booth. And they're laughing, and they says, honey, this is how it is in Arizona. They have mice and rats. Well, let me tell you. I said, I'm really sorry. I'll talk to the manager about comping your order. I went to the manager. I said, could you please take care of the order? I'm sorry, it's my fault. Take it out of my money. I don't care. I quit. I left. So to all of you waitresses, God bless you all. You are a certain type of person that can do that, because not everyone can be a waitress. And we're only talking about a pizza place. I got another story to tell you where I worked not as a waitress, not as a hostess, behind in the back. Nothing to do with serving food, washing food. I didn't touch food. I did their books. But that truly showed me, that's when we came back to New York, that truly showed me that you should put every waitress on a pedestal and you should tip her very well. Because what I learned after my second time, because I was stupid, I got a call, was asked to help out, and I stupidly didn't know how to say no. But God bless all of you waitresses, let me tell you, because it's a hard job. And if anyone here is from Arizona, can you tell me, are there still mice and rats in restaurants? I'd like to know. And did anyone else ever get a job where you had to pour beer and you didn't know how to pour beer? So that shows you how naive and dumb I was, and I obviously wasn't drinking because I would have known about beer, right? No, maybe not if you're the drinker. But anyhow, I thought, when I look back now, it's funny. I'm so proud of myself. Of course I know. What is he, dumb? I didn't say it, but I'm thinking, was he dumb? And then when I went after glass, I thought, well, let's see who's the dumb one. But it was really funny, and it's fun to look back on. I remember the funny memories I shared with my first husband, who was the greatest guy on earth, obviously, because he did not abandon us. He always made sure we had money and food and clothing and shelter, and, you know, it was great. And he even told me, don't work, you shouldn't work, I'll work 2 jobs, whatever it takes. But I thought, I should help out. And that was that. So I hope you enjoyed my funny story. Sad but true. It is a true story. I don't think you could even make something up like that. It was something I'll never ever forget. So for now, don't forget to subscribe. I'm at 945. That is 55 away from 1,000. Please, could you help me find 55 more? Well, let's say maybe 155 more, because, sometimes people unsubscribe. I don't know why. Don't unsubscribe. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm so close to monetizing my channel. And then my son's father will get real pissed because he doesn't want me to make any money. He wants us to go down and be out on the road. That's what he wants. I'm trying so hard because with my illness I can't work anywhere else. And I will do a video on my illness too. But please help. Tell all your friends to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Just smash that subscribe button. Press the like. Answer comments. I don't really know if comments helps in the algorithm, but pressing the like, subscribing, only 55 people, that's not a lot. Like I said, 155, I'd feel better, because I don't know if you monetize, and if you lose, what happens, I don't know. Maybe you just don't get paid for that month, or I don't even know how it works. But anyhow, please help a girl out, a girl and her son. It will really help us so much. Here, I got my hands full like I'm praying. I just did it automatically. But anyhow, help us get to that. We really appreciate you, and thank you for the new subs and the people that have been around from the beginning and those are in the middle. Everyone, we appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed my funny story. And like I say, if you're in Arizona, do they still have vermins? I don't know what they're called. One of those things there. And did you ever have a funny waitress story? But if you're a waitress, God bless you. You do the hardest job on the planet. It is really... I would never volunteer, even it included George Clooney in that red Corvette that I'll never have but always dream about. So anyhow, be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. They might have been a first day waitress who's never been a waitress and had an awful day, or was left a penny for a tip. That means they're not happy with your service. I never got a penny though. I guess they were happy with my service, even though my service wasn't that good with the beer. But pay it forward if you can. Please share GoFundMe. If you can donate, that would really help. I will do a video on what the GoFundMe would go for. It's for my son and I, mostly for him, but I will do another thing so people know, the new people. And be the reason someone smiles today. It'll make both of you feel better. Sorry for that pause. I was going to grab some water. I drink so much water and I'm still so parched, and I think it's to do with my illness/condition. But make sure you hydrate. It's very hot. It's just like I can't get enough into me. It's just, and I don't sweat. This my illness. But I just, my mouth gets really dry. So anyhow, make sure you drink, and hugs to all of you. So that's your first hug for the day. Well, maybe you got hugs at home. Takes 5 hugs. Person needs 5 hugs a day. So I give you one, you comment, I give you another one. So if you don't have anyone, you're alone. You get your first hug from me. You get a hug every day from me. So for now, let's hope this thing shuts off. I try to say, well, I don't know if it's a thanks for watching, and then I say toodles as if it's going to help, and let's see if it will shut off. Let's see. Is it going to work? No? I'll try again. Toodles! Come on, just shut off. It's not so hard. I just press the button and it should shut off. Come on, come on, come on, come on.